Hello and welcome to Super Pants Gaming. Thank you so much for joining me today for this episode 6 of Collexbox, where I collect a highly curated set of original Xbox games that I can enjoy for all eternity. So I must confess, a couple of these games I've actually been sat on for quite a while, but I didn't sort of want to do like a mini episode. I kind of wanted to wait until I sort of had a few games to actually sort of show you, make a proper episode out of. And a couple of these games you have actually seen before, so I'm just going to fly through the first few. And the first one we don't actually get a ticket off, but we still get to add it into the collection, and that's Kingdom Under Fire Heroes. And this was part of my recent CEX £10 challenge from a couple of weeks or so back. And yes, haven't actually managed to play it yet. Must confess, I haven't actually played any of this stack of games as of yet. So I don't know if I manage to get any play before this video goes up, sort of thing. I'll put a little bit of footage or something up there or something. If not, I guess I will just pop some words on screen or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, waffle aside, let's push this in, add him to the collection. And then next up, I've got 3 games that I actually picked up at the Black Country Games Fair, which you guys, again, have already seen. But the first one of those was Galleon, and that's a game that was actually recommended to me by a friend. So really pleased to be ticking Galleon off of Collexbox. And let's add him into the shelf. And then the second game that I picked up from the Black Country Games Fair was True Crime New York City, which is a game I believe I only added to Collexbox in, I think, the last episode, which seemed quite a while ago now, to be honest. And I think at the time I said this was probably going to be quite a nice, easy one to pick up. And I've taken the prices off these now, but it's exactly the same as Galleon. These were basically both £4. So there you go, True Crime New York. Again, still not played it, although I did play it back in the day and really enjoyed it. So I played them both on PlayStation 2, so get to experience them both again now on Xbox, which is awesome. Let's tick him off and let's add him to the shelf. And then the last one, which we don't actually get to technically tick off of Collexbox because it wasn't actually on the list. It was one of the games that was sort of a maybe. From the Black Country Games Fair again, I picked up a nice looking copy of Gun. So, and as you know, these are all going to be nice, complete, in decent condition sort of thing. So, yeah. Which is another game that I played back in the sort of PS2 days. This was just a couple of quid and I saw it there and thought, ooh, nice. I quite like the yellow spine on it as well, which I know is a little bit silly, but yeah. So we're going to add them to the shelf and then we're going to head to my unboxing table because I've got a couple of bits that have come through from eBay a few weeks back. And yeah, I will see you there. Let's go for the one that the posties tried to have a little bit of a look in by the looks of it. Let's do that one first. Should put him off to there. So, half looked in anyway. And any paperwork? No, I think we're safe. So, there we go. We have Transworld Snowboarding. So, been on a mad buzz for snowboarding games recently, so mad pleased to be getting this. Yeah, it looks pretty good. The important thing, try and get the light. Yeah, that looks really good. There you go. Ooh, bit of green case. Yeah. Have a look. Little warranty card thing. There you go, Transworld Snowboarding. So that's awesome. That's one that was... it's certainly not rare, but I would say it's not particularly common either. So pleased to get that. And then the second game. Whoops, just wallop the mic there. There we go. Enclave. Let's have a little look in him. Oh, yeah, what's that? thegameworld.co.uk. There you go. They want your games. Excellent. So, that looks nice. The most important thing is, that looks really nice. Yeah, hasn't got a mark on it. That is in really, really nice condition. Yes, I am very, very pleased with that. So yeah, there you go. So there we have Transworld Snowboarding and Enclave. Yeah, so Transworld Snowboarding, mad pleased to have grabbed this, basically. I could have got this from CEX, but I think there's only actually one in stock, and I didn't really want to take the risk that it may sort of turn up without the manual or with a reprinted cover, or you know how stuff turns up. So yes, so I kind of figured for the price, this was either £5.62 or £5.71. I'll have to put a little sort of snippet up there and show you, because this was quite a few weeks back for me now, sort of thing. And yeah, I looked on the back of this when it came and stuff. I've been having a good sort of look at this, and I've got sort of quite high hopes of this anyway, sort of thing. And I've noticed this just above the Atari symbol. Don't know if you guys can make that out. The little sort of cog-like logo, that's Housemarque Games. Now, I talked about those in one of the videos recently when I sort of covered Matterfall, and I mentioned like Returnal and stuff. I had no idea whatsoever that this was actually developed by Housemarque. And I think they're based in Finland or somewhere, so it kind of makes sense in a way if you sort of get what I mean. So yes, I've gone from having high hopes for this to having sky high hopes for this, although I haven't actually played it yet. But out of all the games that I've picked up on this episode that we get to tick off, I imagine this will probably be the first one that I play, because I am on a mad sort of snowboarding buzz right now. So yes, so let's tick him off, let's add him onto the shelf. That's Transworld Snowboarding, and as you can tell, I'm really pleased to have got this. And then, as you saw, the second game was Enclave. I'll be totally honest, I know very little about this, but it just made the cut when I did the list together, and I took an absolute punt on this, to be honest, because I wasn't quite sure what was going to turn up. But to be totally honest, this is in absolutely lovely condition. Box even sort of feels almost new in a way, if you know what I mean. It's got that still sort of new feel to it. So yeah, mad pleased with this, to be honest. So there you go. Can't really tell you much about it, haven't played it, but we get to tick him off Collexbox, and hopefully at some point in the future I'll get to have a little go on this, and I'll let you guys know what I think. So let's add Enclave to the shelves. And then last but certainly not least for this episode of Collexbox, we have a sneaky CEX pickup, which was about a month ago. I picked up a copy of Crimson Skies, which as you can see was £6. And this I've probably been holding on to the longest out of all of them, to be totally honest. It's nicely complete, as always, I am pleased to say. And again, it's another game that I haven't actually played, but I'm really kind of looking forward to playing in the future. It's kind of like an aerial combat, sort of dogfighting, sort of, sort of biplanes and stuff. There you go. Give you a little look at that. That didn't really work, but there. Yeah, it looks really good. So yeah, quite sort of looking forward to that. Quite excited by that in a way. And to be totally honest, since I picked this up, I've seen about 6 copies of this. I think everywhere I go has had a copy of this now. So yes, there you go. So that is Crimson Skies getting added onto the shelf. Yeah, so there we are. That's this episode of Collexbox. I will say I've just had a little count up on the shelf, and I believe, if I've counted it correctly, there are 17 spaces left for games on that second shelf. So as I said, I'm not expecting it all to fit on that shelf, because I've also counted how many that I believe are left on the actual list, the official Collexbox list, and there are 25. So I am definitely going to need another shelf, and there's probably another, maybe a good half a dozen games that I'm still sort of semi-after, that I'm sort of keeping an eye out for, that I haven't officially added to the list, but I imagine as and when I see them, I'll probably be picking them up as well. So I don't know whether I'll move the steelbooks from here, or whether I'll move the Xbox One stuff from sort of just above. And yeah, but that's a problem for in a couple of months' time. So anyway, remember, you guys are awesome. I've been Soup, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, people.